Glory to the swarm, brothers and sisters. I'm your cult leader, Cheese, and today we have my first round matchup versus Egophobic from Season 4 of the Mechabellum Mini Masters. I will warn you, Egophobic is very familiar with the gospel, so I had to do some soul searching and a lot of training to become a more well-rounded commander for this season. I wanted to make sure I had options available if they were going to deny me the flanks before I could get there. We had a fantastic set of matches, and I can't wait to share them with you all. But before I do that, I want to stop and say thank you to all of you viewers out there. As of today, over 150 of you amazing cultists and heretics have subscribed, and we reached 1,000 hours of watch time. I've only been doing this for about a month and a half, and you all have made it so very much fun for me. You've inspired me to become a better Mechabellum player, so I can continue to showcase the gospel at a high level whenever possible, and I can't wait for you all to enjoy the next 1,000 hours of content. Some future content that is planned includes a run of 200 level gospel training videos, focusing on specific subjects like the timing of when, variations of the classic gospel flank, the thought process of how to handle specific counters, and more. So once again, thank you all for spending your time with me, and I can't wait to see what we get up to in the next 1,000 hours. Enough of that. On to the games! Alright, here we go. Round 1, Game 1. We are offered a Rhino Specialist. This Rhino Specialist also includes Sledges and Void Eyes. Both of these are very strong units right now, and I've been doing, spoiler alert, a lot of training on non-gospel work. So, we are going to take this Rhino pack. It gives us all the options we need. We can go with the Sledge line if we need to. We can go with Spider Void Eye if we want to. And we also have the Rhino drop that opens us up to a potential exciting gospel play. So what we wind up doing is trying to decide which side do we think the Ego is going to attack on. And looking at, we decide, okay, he's probably going to attack our big turret. So let's line up asymmetrically with our tanks so that we can meet him in the headbutt. Now obviously we see that's not going to happen here. So Egophobic goes to our left side, attacking our wall and our small turret. And we are trying to decide here, okay, we're going to get some chaff. So we're going to take this chaff, we're going to stick it in the back. We're just trying to time it up so that this big cannon, or this little cannon here, is not taking out all of our chaff as our tanks and our Void Eyes approach. We kind of oversold it over here, anticipating the headbutt, and on the left side, we did leave a single pack of Void Eyes, but unfortunately, with the way that Ego is set up here, these Void Eyes aren't going to do us a whole lot of good. So as you can see, we did a lot of considerations, and then we decided, no, we're going to stick with what we started with. So we'll speed this up because it is the first round, and not a whole lot happens in the first round. We're in an asymmetric fight here. Doesn't really go well for us. They take out the cannons. Instead of it getting our chaff, it's stuck on his tarantula. His cannon winds up onto our tank, but only after already killing about half a pack of crawlers, I think. And here you go, you can see we get to the tower. It's at a pretty good time. I think we do get a spider down, but unfortunately that's a really good tower timing for them as well, and we've lost our chaff clearing cannon. So these crawlers are just going to come in and clean us up. So a very good round from Ego. And we're like, alright, well, we're stuck in the crossfire here, so we need to make some plans. Well, our fangs are pretty good here. Gives us some more chaff to hopefully protect from missiles, and also allows us some late chaff as needed. Ego is taking a look at it. I think he's going to pick the Stormcaller, which is also a pretty good pick for him. But if we look at this, right, our opponent is Missile Specialist. So that was part of the reason, too, that we have this kind of spread out formation a little bit here, right? Normally when I'm doing this, I like to keep things a little bit tighter to the towers, but I also didn't want to lose everything. Now, if I had done that, I could have bubbled, and maybe that was the better choice. But instead, you know, this is kind of what we went with. So we pick up another pack of sledges and we stick it on the outside. And we pick up one more pack of crawlers here. And we stick it in the back flank. So we're going for an advantageous tower timing here for this engagement. We're hoping that we can get this tower probably after they've taken this tower because of the warp-in time. And we're thinking we'll put this missile down. It's going to catch the crawlers as they come from killing this tower. Hopefully it'll catch all of them since they'll be bunched up. So we're just trying to hedge our bets here and stop the bleeding in round 2 a little bit. This is a really good missile strike from Ego. Doesn't kill our cannon, but it does take a number of our tanks down to very little health. Now this tarantula here winds up coming in and taking some cannon shots. Does take out a couple of tanks. But that's alright. These storm callers, yeah, they are just cleaning up everything that got eaten by the missile. I did not put my fangs in a great spot either, as we'll learn later on. So these missiles, yeah, look at that. That missile right there took out like a pack and a half of those crawlers. Here are our late fangs cleaning up the rest of them now because our crawlers got onto the tower. Fortunately, these storm callers are doing a heck of a job holding us off of their tower. And in come the tarantulas, which luckily our big gun gets onto one as the debuff hits. Really great tower timing for us. Our tanks are going to come over, try to clean up these marksmen. Unfortunately, the tarantula does take down the cannon. We get the marksman, but the tarantula is just going to be too much with this debuff. Takes out the last void eye and is going to work its way through our tanks because they are just not shooting fast enough yet. Well, we have a solution for that. Round 3. So efficient tech research is offered. It's a really strong card. Greed has been paying off for me, taking a lot of econ cards. Games seem to be going longer, so I'll take this. I know I'm going to be triple teching wasps or rhinos if I go to the gospel, and if I'm playing the sledge line here, I'm going to want to triple tech these tanks. So I can see myself getting a lot of value out of this. We have sold this void eye and the turret over here. They weren't really doing much for us. They weren't being a very good roadblock. We get a 4th tank. And then we also are going to upgrade these void eyes. So we do skip a deployment here. Not a great decision overall, but my game plan was pretty simple. I wanted to have 4 tanks on round 3, and I wanted to make sure they had mech rage. The way things have gone, this is kind of the way I had to do it. We did not do anything to plan for the rhino assault. Again, we've kind of forsaken this side of our field. Not the best choice, to be honest with you, but I was kind of all in on my plan, and I was in my head. I was like, it's fine, we're fine, we just need to get through this. This composition scales really well, especially with the technology and with the units. So, fortunately, this is a great missile. Takes out most of our fangs, and unfortunately our fangs were just one step too far over to the left, and this missile takes out our pack of sledges on the outside. So, great heads-up play from Ego. The tower timing over here from this rhino is huge. We're down a pack of sledges, we're down our chaff, we're down all of our sledges. Absolutely monster round from Egophobic here. Just steamrolls us and we are in trouble. So, what does any sane person do when they're on the ropes on round 4? Well, they got a rhino drop. Super supply. That's what a sane person does, right? Yeah. I really like the redeploy here. We have the rhino, so we could do all kinds of stuff. We can bounce the rhino around. But one thing I saw is that Egophobic made sure to put Mustangs down in the flank. So the thought process was, he's not going to give this to us. And I committed blasphemy. I sold the rhino. Say, alright, I'm going to take that rhino and I'm going to turn it into range on our tanks. So that's right, we have now 4 double-teched sledges on round 4. We put a pack of crawlers into the short flank to draw some of this fire, and it's going to pull this and some of this as well. It also is going to prevent another potential missile here from taking out our tanks. We've leveled up our tower. We've just kind of left this as a nuisance. One advantage to everyone knowing that you're going to deploy into the flanks is if they start committing to it early, as you can see, Ego's got resources back behind his towers, ready for it. Well, it's fine. Because as we can see, we're going to do something else. Now, another really good missile from Ego. We did not get another pack of chaff in front here. So, very smart. Takes out another pack of tanks. And the Void Eyes. But now our tanks do have range and mech rage. So they are able to do a really good job of clearing this chaff. And they are doing significant damage to these spiders as they come into range. Now they do take the tower. It's not a great tower timing force, but it's not as bad as it has been, right? It doesn't look great right now, but we are stabilizing. We're taking out the spiders on this side. We're holding everything off. We just really need to deal with this Stormcaller. And we clear all the chaff. We still got our level 2 sledges. I think we're going to get another spider, but I don't think that we are going to manage to win this round. Yeah, they take the tower, so we got one more spider. So we're still taking damage. We're down to about 1,400. It's round 5. It's really not good. Ego is at 1,000. Or at 5. Ego's at 5,000. The Ion Blast is offered. We just took Super Supply. And it seems like a really good use of our Super Supply money. So Ego is also going to take it and puts it down in a pretty good spot. However, we do have faster moving tanks now. So because they are faster, we are going to wind up zooping through this. We put down our Ion Blast here. We're hoping to catch this marksman, maybe catch the spider as it stops to hit the wall, and then this spider as it comes down closer to the tower. Maybe this marksman as well. Ego drops another missile. We do bubble, thinking, okay, we know we're going to see the Ion Blast. We're going to see also missile strike. So let's try to cover all of our bases. We throw another pack of chaff up here. We have now protected our formation from the opportunistic missiles. And yeah, we have gotten a marksman in case he goes to the air. Trying to figure out where to put that bad boy. Decide to put him right there. We've leveled up our tower to level 3 to lessen the impact. We've taken our +1s and we've crashed. One moment while I get the game pulled back up. Alright, and we're back. Hopefully we won't crash it. But we've taken our marksman, we're sticking it next to the tower, we're trying to protect it. We've got the bubbles now, so we're not really worried about the missile strike. Yeah, he might get some chaff, but for the most part we are protected here. Ego takes another pack of Mustangs, there's the back middle. And we throw a missile down in the back, just trying to catch all of those crawlers as they crowd around the tower. So as you can see, here comes the ion beam. Our tanks run through it, shield holds, and pretty much everything except for our cannon and this marksman and a couple of tanks are going to get out of the line of fire. Meanwhile, over here we've taken out the marksman, the spider we've taken out. We almost get the other spider. It gets pulled over, unfortunately. We did drop down this oil as well to slow them down, just to make sure that we really connected. Also keeps them off the tower, so as you can see, our tanks and Void Eyes are going to work over here. These Stormcallers are still a problem. This bubble is a bit of a problem. Our Void Eyes need to punch through. There we go. And they're through. Here comes the Void Eye in. Here come our tanks. Come on, take out the spider. We get the spider. We've got down half of the Stormcallers. Can we get it before the tower? No, we don't. But we still take it as the debuff hits. It's a quick debuff, so we are able to take out the Stormcallers. We're going to lose our tower. It's not going to be a great timing. We're still going to lose the round, but we are definitely stabilizing. We feel pretty confident that we're coming back, despite the fact we haven't won a round. Yeah, confidence is a great thing. Alright, next up offered is Assault Scorpion, which is really bad for us. Our opponent takes us. Shield airdrop's interesting, and the Nano is interesting. But with Assault Scorpion, I don't think the Nano is going to do us a lot of good. It's just a matter of the shield, and if we can cause any trouble with it, or a skip. We wind up taking the shield. We level our tanks. The tanks are doing a really good job for us. Well, can't see it anymore because the game crashed, but this guy has been doing a lot of work for us. We drop the shield over here on our left. It's going to cover our tower, and we're going to get some more tanks. So we're extending our sledge line so we can try to keep them off the tower. Giving up that tower has been causing us problems. We take the temporary range. We've still got the oil, so they're going to be slowed down, and we can just kind of take pot shots at them with our tanks. We put down another bubble, knowing that a missile's coming. Just trying to protect our chaff, trying to protect our marksmen, and as you can see, our opponent has gone with ranged scorpions. Quite a few of them there. We still haven't dealt with the Stormcaller, we haven't addressed it, and our opponent winds up using their mobile beacon to try to walk around the oil. Well, we've got these tanks in a bubble against a level 1 tarantula. Unfortunately, we do lose our marksman because we did not bubble it very well. So quite a few mistakes were probably made this game, if we're being honest. But these extra level 2 tanks are starting to really scale. We're holding off the tarantula, we're punching it down, everything's coming over to the left. These scorpions are still getting stuck on our chaff. We are outranging them with our high level sledges, and we are starting to just punch things down. Things are starting to look a lot better. Now, at this point, we really need to take the third tech on our sledges. We need to take armor-piercing bullets. I know it doesn't feel like it. There are chaff clear, but it is something we need. Wasps are offered, Wraith is offered, Typhoon and Phantom Rays. I would love to take the Wasps here, but if we look at the board, there's not really a good spot for them. Ego already has Mustangs. I'm anticipating that he's likely going to take the Wasps as well, and we're going to be outgunned when it comes to the air. So we need something to clear air chaff, right? So Typhoons are a decent option for that. The Wraith is an extremely good option, especially at level 3. And we also only have one upshoot right now, so these fangs technically count as upshoot, but let's be honest, they're there to collect missiles and die for the cause. His Rhino Assault is also available, so it's really a matter of, do we think that we can get away with the Wraith? He actually goes with the Rays. I was expecting the Wasps here because of the singular upshoot. And then we decide, probably another mistake here, to stick the donut in the flank. We got a little too creative, I would say, instead of just playing a solid game. There's a pack of steel balls over here that is going to become a problem, but we build triple chaff, and we have the money. Why do we take loose formation? Man, we had the money. We could have taken the armor-piercing bullets, and I think this round goes a lot differently for us. I think it... if I remember correctly, I think we win. I think I was thinking, okay, we go loose formation so we can slow down the scorpions from getting onto our tanks. He doesn't have HE on his spiders, so his chaff clear situation isn't great against loose. We do throw down 3 missiles in the back, preparing for the Rhino assault. We throw down another bubble, but I think that we could have had a really good opportunity here if we had taken armor-piercing bullets to just completely flip the script on the game. This round's going to work out pretty well for us. We do get that steel ball down before it causes any problems. We are going to take the tower over here. It's not leveled, so it should be a pretty good tower timing. These storm collars are still just coming in. They're shooting chaff right now, but they're about to do some damage to us. But as you see, we take the tower. We're starting to clean things up. We've got our level 3s over here. The problem is these phantom rays, and we have the singular upshoot. Luckily, our level 3 is really strong. It does take out the first marksman, needs to take out the other one, and that, come on, there we go. So, yeah. I think maybe if we do take the armor-piercing bullets here, we'll win the round. Unfortunately, as you can see, we're not going to. So we'll come back and replay round 7. And then we'll also replay round 8 after that, just to kind of show how the game could have gone. But round 8, we are offered improved fire control, photon coating, steel ball, and fortified hacker. I was looking to see if fortified hacker could pay off for us, and while it's potential, I think it wasn't the right choice here, and I'm glad that I didn't take it. I think it's either the fire control, the photon coating, or nothing here. So we take the firepower. Okay. We're going to sell out of the Wraith. The Wraith back here didn't do what we wanted it to, just wasn't quite fast enough. We throw down our bubble. Got our item. We're taking another bubble. We know there's a missile coming. Throw down 3 bubbles. And then we know we have to deal with this. We know we have to deal with these. So we're going to loan range speed. No, we haven't loaned yet. Okay. We range and speed. We're going to buy triple elite recruited Mustangs. We're going to give them range. That'll give us our anti-air, and it'll give us some more chaff clear. We stick them all over here. We've still got 650 left. Still could take armor-piercing bullets. Instead, we take range on the Mustangs, which is pretty good. We've got 400 left. We level up this. We, shoot, we have 350. Okay, so let's level up +2 and then get a missile down. And we didn't get the missile down. I had it in my hand. It was right here as the timer expired. So, yeah. These balls get in on the tower at an extremely good time, right in the middle of the firefight, slowing down our chaff, allowing the Scorpions to get into the tanks. And that's going to be all she wrote. We put up a valiant effort here, but too many mistakes in this first game. We're going to help out Ego, who made some really good plays as well. And that is going to be game 1. So we're back into the same thing we were into in Season 3. Come into the game, don't play the gospel, and immediately get our butts handed to us. Not gonna lie, after this happened, I started to think, uh-oh, is this gonna happen again? Am I gonna get swept out of the first round by disgracefully playing standard? Because I don't know if you recall, but in Season 3 against Spade, I also went sledges in the first game. So, let's go back. Let's replay round 7. We're going to take the armor-piercing bullets, okay? And we're going to see what a difference it can make. So, we're going to take this Wraith, and we're going to sell it, because we've kind of seen that this isn't going to be fast enough. We're still going to throw down our missiles. We were planning for that anyway. I'm just going to throw them down now. We're going to take our levels here, take the armor-piercing bullets. We're going to go ahead and get some more shields. But we know we need upshoot, so instead of what we had done, we are going to get chaff. We especially need chaff for this, so we're going to stick these guys right here. They're going to get a good split. Yeah, sure, that's fine. But I also want to get a couple of these guys. So we're everything that was offered was pretty much air focused, and we have no upshoot. If I'm egophobic, I can not resist. I would have taken the wasps if I were him, but this is the choice he made, and so he chooses the raise instead. So we're just gonna take this. We do have enough for aerial spec. I don't know if I would commit to it in the game, so I'm not going to do it here. Instead, with my extra 200 from selling the Wraith, I'm just going to throw down some more missiles. I'm going to take out Chaff because we now take an armor piercing, and we're going to put down an anti-missile device. Stick it right there. Still under the bubble, and we will roll past it. So we've ranged and speed. And we've got an extra marksman. Yeah. Here comes the Rhino. We take out the steel balls with the missile as we did before. As you can see, we are stopping these storm callers now from getting in. Our Chaff is running up. As you can see, loose formation did a little bit, but this winds up being a round win for us. Should be. Maybe not. Yes. So, not a huge win, but it is a win. Alright, so let's look back at this now. So we've taken the armor piercer. Now we're in the driver's seat. And since we're in the driver's seat, we can continue to expand out, get some more chaff. We definitely need more chaff to deal with these scorpions. We could put some, like a chaff pull back here. We could do a tank and a crawler. It would hold these guys up for a significant amount of time. Maybe less so now with the raise back there, but we could definitely do a crawler and hold them up. I like to sometimes do a vertical crawler as far back as I can. Vertical, I guess horizontal crawler. Vertical for, switching it, but anyway. I sometimes like to do a horizontal crawler back here to pull anything that we can. It's not going to pull as much as the vertical crawler in the front line, but it will pull these Mustangs, it'll pull these Phantom Rays, and it'll pull this Chaff. So not bad. But yeah, next round I think is going to be Chaff. We're going to get AA on the Marksman just to make sure that we're taking out the Phantom Rays in case he decides to go heavier, probably considering the Mustangs as well, and dealing with these steel balls. I mean, we're in tanks. Steel balls shouldn't be a problem, right? Well, they are when you forget the missile. Alright, let's go to round 8. Alright, so I don't think we need the improved firepower. Photon coating, I don't think really helps us either. I'm going to skip. So I'm going to put down the missile first. And then we're going to shield our sledges. Going to lone range speed. Alright. We're going to take the armor piercing. Sell the Wraith. Okay, so now we've got all of this because we did have the Wraith there. Now I am going to put this pull back here, kind of like we talked about, and then I'm going to add more chaff. So I think something probably right about here. And then, yeah, we'll get there. So we have a lot of money left over. We'll take these levels. We can take EMP, which honestly isn't bad. I mean, we have the money. The other option is we can go... Oh, we don't have enough. Well, we should be okay with our upshoot with the sickle guy. We'll sell one of those. We'll get another. Run out of time. Even here. Right. So we'll take you. We'll get the upshoot. We'll get the level. We'll take range because we're running out of time. Didn't even spend the 400. Man, put yourself in a bad situation. And you put yourself in a bad situation. Oh no, the missile doesn't take him out. Well, hopefully we can turn our tank's attention over there. Uh-oh. Oh no. Alright, well, we still get run over because the missile's not enough. So let's redo this and actually address this threat. We had enough money. Alright, so we're gonna skip. We're just gonna elite recruit everything. We need another upshoot, we need another tank, and we need our pack of chaff. So we're gonna stick you right here. I'm gonna stick you over here, like this, so that the tanks are focusing on one at a time. We're gonna take AP. You can actually leave that back there, I think. So yeah, we'll come over here. Throw those down, throw you down, take your level. Got that, yeah, now alone, range, speed. And we're still gonna throw down this missile just in case there's like extra chaff or something over here. We are still kind of leaving it on an island. If he were to overload this side, he could get in with maybe steel balls from the front as well. But, alright, you know what? We are going to sell. We are going to sell. We're going to take our level here. And we're going to take the +1 to attack. And we're going to missile ourselves. We're going to decisively use our money this time. We have extra, so we'll throw that there. And then one more here, just in case. So yeah, we take those out. We've got a heck of a sledge line now. We've got really well-spaced crawlers with loose formation taken a little too early. We've got our 2 marksmen for upshoot. He's got a lot of marksmen, but we are managing to push through. We've got this level 3 tower. We take the tower at a good time, and yeah, properly assessing this thread over here is a big difference. So, as you can see, game 1, we made a lot of mistakes. Ego took advantage of them. Nothing taken away from his ability here. We just didn't play the game the way we should have. But that's okay. That's why it's a best of 3. Let's move on to game 2. Game 2. We are offered a Rhino Specialist again, with sledges and arc lights. That is actually a better pack than the sledges and void eyes. Gives us extra chaff clear early on that we can eventually sell out of. And it also gives us our 2 tanks, so we just need to add chaff if we want to go with the sledge line, and we have the Rhino so that we can consider a round 3, round 4 gospel, or even round 2. I mean, with the Rhino, you know, you go your chaff on 3 and your Rhino on 4, and voila, you're there. Okay. Ego has Mustangs and crawlers. So we're trying to figure out, do we want to go with a standard setup? Just completely symmetrical. We guessed wrong last time. Do we want to try to guess where he's going again? Or do we want to overload one side? Looks like he's going for the asymmetric push again. We're going to buy our crawlers. We're going to stick them in the way back. And I believe we're eventually, yeah, we're going to wind up in this asymmetrical look again. So we've got extra chaff clear over here to hopefully handle the chaff that's coming in. Now our opponent buys the void eyes. And then we're over here and we're just kind of messing around trying to time this up so that this gun is going to be shooting either the arc light or the tanks rather than our chaff. So just wind up sticking it back here. Our opponent is marksman specialist, so they're going to get a big orange guy on round 2. Some of our chaff gets pulled over here to the left, which is fine. Unfortunately, this Void Eye placement does a really good job of tanking our little gun, so the Void Eyes get in on the arc light. We do clear about a pack of the chaff. The Mustangs will chew through the other part of that, our chaff. And unfortunately, our chaff placement, our tank placement was not in a good enough spot. This tank, or this gun does take out all of our remaining chaff. Now we do have an arc light going against Mustangs right now. These Void Eyes are slow to get in here, so we managed to clean up quite a few Mustangs. We do lose our arc light as we lose our tower. When we get their tower, we can. Can we clean up some more of this? We can. Are we going to win? Maybe? Yes. Power of the tank. So that arc light there worked out really well for us. Round 2. Redeployment, mass produced. I've seen some mass produced games that are interesting, but it's like, alright, we're going quick teleport. Just by taking quick teleport, when our opponent sees it, they're going to be thinking, okay, he's setting up for a flanking maneuver. And we are. You know, we're going to... we are setting up to go to the flanks. Now, whether or not we actually do, that's another story. Because as you can see, opponent's already into the Mustangs. They started with them. They've moved one over here. They buy 2 more Void Eyes. They throw down their Orange Man. And suddenly, they have a pretty significant push over here. We have bought a pack of Fangs. We have bought another tank. And we have leveled our tower to 2. So I think here we should have sold this gun. Or even this gun. You know, we were on this side. We probably could have sold this gun just to get the sell button unlocked. These Void Eyes are going to come in. They're going to be shooting at our Fangs just in time for our Crawlers to get in front. Unfortunately, the little gun is still going to be shooting our Chaff. That's okay. We take this engagement at a good time. We've leveled the tower and they don't have as much over here, so we're going to be able to punch through the defenses before... Nope, not before the tower goes down. Well, right. Now the Orange Man goes down, the gun goes down, our arc light's down, but it's alright. We've got a bunch of tanks left, and we've got a really good tower timing. We've got our big gun here, which if we had sold it, we probably don't do quite as well, so... yeah, holds us off the tower, and we're able to take the round. Okay, we got 3 levels because of that Orange Marksman over there. Steel Balls are offered. Don't want those. Wraith is offered. It is Upshoot. And Scorpion's offered. I think our opponent's probably going to take the Scorpion. He is a Scorpion lover. Makes him one of Whoop's favorite people. But we take the Wraith. And what we're going to do with this Wraith is we're thinking, okay, well, he doesn't have a lot over here, so let's just stick it in as kind of a bit of a defense. We're going to put down another Fang in front. We learned our lesson with the missiles last game. We really do want to get our levels, and we also want to get Mech Rage on this round. So we get the Mech Rage, skipping the levels and getting the 4th tank instead. If we had sold the Donut, we could have gotten... Mech Rage and the levels, which I think might have been also a very good play. Because this Donut over here, yeah, it's going to do some good job keeping them off the tower, but it's not advancing our long-term strategy. Our opponent goes with the Donut as well, which is a bit of a problem because we don't really have Upshoot. And yes, I know we're thinking, okay, we need Upshoot, but they've got a bunch of Mustangs already too, and this Marksman. Like, we're losing an aerial battle right now. So we need our own Marksman. Okay, here we go. So, got our Fangs, we got our 4 tanks, and we are moving now. Void Eyes are getting stuck there, and you're just gonna watch these tanks go to work. Clearing Chaff, clearing Mustangs, clearing Void Eyes eventually. Come on, there you go. There's our Crawlers getting in now. We also need more Crawlers a little bit closer. Our Chaff line is not great. There is some gaps. And yeah, our Wraith doesn't even survive the Mustangs over here. So yeah, not a great round overall, but it's okay. We're setting up. We've got our tech. We're going to take our levels, and I think that's going to help a lot next round. We get the Rhino. And heavy armor is offered. Lightning Storm is also offered. Lightning Storm is really good against both of our boards right now. Ego is going to take it. We take the heavy armor. We accept that there may be a Lightning Storm, and it could hurt. But at the same time, we are into tanks, and Lightning Storm, it deals 2,000 damage per hit. Well, lightning never strikes twice in the same spot, right? So these tanks are gonna, they're gonna be fine. They've got 3,000 health at level 1. It's gonna hurt a little bit, but we get them leveled up. Suddenly they've got 7,000 health. Okay, yeah, it's a little bit, but we can handle that. We stick the rhino back here in the flank with the heavy armor. So what we're thinking is we're going to slow down this push even more over here. And we get our AA. Now, if we had just spent a little bit of money on, I don't know, say a bubble for our marksman, then this would go a lot better. But we decided to push it. Probably should have just sold the rhino, as much as it pains me to say that. We did it in game 1. I didn't want to do it here. I wanted to at least present the threat. And I thought, okay, I can put the rhino back here with the armor. It's going to hold up these Mustangs forever. And it will. Unfortunately, it's going to get missiled. It's a good missile. So it's going to be sitting very slow. Ego did a really good job of reading a lot of the moves. And yeah, so here we go. Lightning strikes. And striking quite a bit. And it's striking twice. What? It's striking. I thought lightning never struck twice. Okay. Well, lightning hurts. On to round 5. But as you can see, our rhino does manage to hold up the Mustangs for a really long time. Longer than anything else survived. Alright, round 5. So efficient light manufacturing is offered. And since we are into a small unit composition, that's really good. Our tanks now cost 150. We have 2 techs and 4 on after round 4. So now we have 6 tanks and 2 techs on round 5. We do have the option of clicking the AP button here. Instead, we decide we're going to get another tank. So for 500 supply, we pick up 3 tanks. Okay, we put one back. Yeah, there we go. So for 400 supply, we get 2 tanks and a pack of crawlers. Our chaff has been light. We need to fill that out as well. We have our upshoot. It's not going to die to a lightning storm this round. We sell the rhino. We take AA on the marksman. We're just ensuring that this isn't going to continue to be a problem, and if he keeps going into aerial, it's going to discourage him. We had the money for it. We could have taken the armor-piercing bullets here instead, but we take the level on the tower going to level 3. We've got our +1s. We've got a strong tank line here. We just need to improve our chaff. We've got our anti-air. We've got chaff clear. We've got our tanks for chaff clear. I'm feeling pretty good about this right now. We get an early lock onto the Wraith. Really nice. Our chaff survives it long enough that we can get some of our crawlers in front. We get into the Void Eyes, and we are starting to cook. Now, our opponent did buy steel balls to deal with the rhino. Obviously, the steel balls aren't doing a whole lot into the tank line. A couple of these Void Eyes are stuck on the tower as our tanks are going to come over and clean them up. And this is a very nice win for us. We have, looks like, about 3 packs of tanks and an arc light and 2 marksmen left. So nice, hefty hit. Alright, smoke is offered, firepower is offered, acid is offered. And I'm immediately thinking smoke or acid could spell doom for us, so we need bubbles. And then I'm looking, alright, what can we do? He's got a ton of stuff on the ground here. He does have aerial mode on his Void Eyes, but they're not in the air yet. I'm not going to try to anticipate him clicking that for a spell. So we're going to get our bubbles, we're going to get the smoke ourselves, we're going to smoke out his front line, we're going to bubble ours. We take levels, we get more tanks, we fill out that conga line. We take a 3rd deploy, hopefully it's chaff, it is chaff, fangs. So with these fangs we are going to protect from a missile. Now these tanks are going to do a great job against the steel balls over here that have been moved up. And this building out of the sledge line, the addition of the chaff over here is just going to really secure this tower that has already been leveled twice. We take a level on our marksman. We've got extra money. We throw down some protective missiles just in case there are any shenanigans. We are very weak back here. Oh, we pull them back. There we go. We're only going to do one over here. We feel like, alright, we're strong enough over here. We've got level 2 tanks, level 3 tank. We put this item onto these level 2s. That should be level 3s soon, yeah. They were our biggest performing tank before we put it on there, I think, and then that last round, this one really got to work. So we managed to block the entirety of the smoke, except for... Nope, it blocked it all. So really nice for us. The smoke gets in onto his units, forcing everything to walk closer, and it is just a bloodbath. Our tanks start chunking down everything. Everything just walks into range, and we just have a line across the board, just punching things down. Beautiful. Take the tower. Huge, huge round for us. Absolutely huge. So, Ego has taken charge shot on his Void Eyes. It looks like he is going to the Void Eye carry. Scorpion's offered. Overlord is offered. We decide we want the Overlord. We want the option of having photon emission later on, but I think we're going to sell it and invest that money back into our tanks. Yeah, we take the armor-piercing bullets. We take more chaff. We're lining up, so now we have a better chaff distribution system here. Maybe we don't sell it. There's the missile there. That missile is going to hit these fangs. Opponent has taken aerial mode. So that is something that we needed to be ready for. We do sell the tank. Okay. We throw down a missile. We get another deploy. And I think we were kind of lost as to what to do with this money. We didn't really want the boat right now because how things look. So we just get another tank. We fill out the tank line all the way across. Still have 600. So I believe we're going to take the range and the levels here. But yeah, we take range on the arc lights. We level them up. We got 200 left. We level up this marksman. So we have more anti-air. And we have 150 left. Throw down a bubble, missile, good. And look, they're in the air. That's not good. We have no anti-air over here. The entirety of our anti-air is fangs, and these two marksmen that luckily do have aerial specialization. But yeah, our tanks are going to work. They're just getting sniped from the air. So we need to punch them down. There we go. We managed to win the ground war, not surprisingly. His entire army is in the air. He does have the Scorpion. It does a lot of damage over here with those aerial Void Eyes. But we do get it down, which is good. We do manage to kill a lot of things here. We kill a lot of it, so it's not a huge hit. We get the tower at a decent timing, but we're pretty much out of upshoot. We're stuck on crawlers. And that was a really good transition round for Ego. So he's now in the air, and it's a nice counterpunch, right? Well, Storm's not offered back up yet, luckily. Incendiary Bomb. Well, Incendiary Bomb, he still has a bunch of stuff on the ground. Don't know that it's necessarily the best for us, but we take it. Because there's a ton of chaff. We can get into the towers faster is what we're thinking. We just need to deal with the upshoot. We take our levels because that's what we do. We're gonna elite recruit and mass recruit, and I believe we're gonna get triple Mustang with range. Yep. Now we just gotta figure out where to put them. So we're thinking about putting them symmetrically. I think we wind up putting them asymmetrically, everything over here, because we really want to win this side and then be able to collapse over here. This has kind of been a holding pattern for them. No. Okay, so we will put down our bubble over here. Hopefully we loan range speed. It is round 8. Put down a bubble here. There's loan. There's range. There's speed. There we go. Yeah, so we're thinking, okay, if there's fire, we want to make sure our Mustangs are in the bubbles. So that's what we do. We stick this middle one over here onto the right side. This one over here will help hold off on the left. Ego decides to extend his fire with oil, which is a really good move here because these Void Eyes just snipe the shield down way too fast. But we are able to protect our primary Mustangs over here. We're able to keep a lot of our stuff alive, and we're able to start pushing through. The Mustangs take out the Void Eyes. They manage to thread the needle almost to get through this fire. Some of them are going to die, but some will survive. And yeah, enough survive that we should be able to get over here and clean this up. And we get another tower timing that's really good. Our anti-air has survived the fire and pushes through to take out the rest of the Void Eyes as our tanks just roll over and protect them. Is that enough? No. Almost. Get them down to 92. So, pretty good round for us. Not great. We take the Raiden. We're thinking sell. Yeah, we sell it immediately. So we take more levels on our tanks because our tanks are doing some heavy lifting. We take levels on our marksmen because they're also doing heavy lifting. And I think we're going to take, yeah, we take 3 more AA marksmen. Storm is back. Wish we could have closed him out last game because this Storm could be trouble. It's okay. We have bubbles. We sold the Raiden. We should have a ton of bubbles. So we should just see an entire line of bubbles here to protect everything from potential Storm play. There we go. All of our AA is protected. Our Mustangs will most likely make it in before they get hit by a lightning strike. It's a little bit of a gamble here. Should be taking long range speed. We're throwing down missiles everywhere. We're trying to take out these Void Eyes with a missile. We're trying to take out anything we can with a missile. We want to get our marksmen onto them. Ego has taken EMP armor on his Void Eyes to shut down our AA. Every time they shoot one, they are going to have to walk forward and get retargeted onto something else. So that's a pretty nice move there. We throw it onto oil to slow them down over here. And just a ton of missiles all the way around. Did we take another level? What did we do? We lone range speed. We get +1 attack again. So yeah. This level 4 right here is hitting for 8,000 per shot. 16,000 HP. That's pretty cool. That's going to shred through anything. But we didn't take the attack for the tank. We took the attack for the Mustangs. We wanted to give them as much firepower as possible because we knew we were dealing with an aerial threat. Now, as you can see, every time a marksman shoots a guy, gets disabled, walks forward, shoots a guy, gets disabled, walks forward. But at this point, he's already in range, so it's fine. But yeah, I like the idea there. Just we were able to control the ground battle. Everything gets stuck on the tower as we're going to walk over, and this is going to be a game for us. We have taken a game in Mechabellum Mini Masters with a sledge line. It only took 4 attempts. 3 attempts? 3 attempts. It only took 3 attempts. So there we go. A very nice win here. We were able to handle everything that our opponent threw at us. I think them going to the air with the Void Eyes was a good move for 1 round, but it gave up the towers too easily. We had a very oppressive ground force with these big sledges, and all we had to do was build out anti-air. So it's tough, right? We've got some really big stuff down here. It discourages them throwing down anything heavier on the ground. But at the same time, if they don't keep the ground covered with units, then the tanks are just going to all take the towers and we clean up the air. We just keep building out anti-air behind it. We might lose another round or 2, but eventually it's going to all catch up with them. With our bubbles, We did not do a great job of ensuring that the Void Eyes wouldn't snipe them immediately. Lesson learned. Hopefully we'll remember it next time to leave the fangs just peeking out of the front a little bit. And yeah, pretty good game. We're feeling a lot better now. We went from mild panic mode to okay, we can do something here. Let's go for round 3. And we're thinking in round 3, really hope that he gives us an opportunity to do the thing. And what is the thing? The thing is the gospel, of course. All right, round 3. Game 3 of round 1 of Mechabellum Mini Masters Season 4. We are offered no tanks, which is fine. We're offered spider packs, lots of spiders, and we were trying to decide between quick supply and training. Well, we really like the spider Void Eye start, so we go with training. And we are thinking, okay, where's he going to attack? Where are we going to attack? Now, this side looks pretty juicy with all of his small units. It's less incentivizing for him to attack over here. He can set up another Void Eye screen in front. As you can see, he's already taken the Mustangs, trying to prevent any sort of shenanigans. So we wind up going with a pack of Void Eyes over here with our small gun, and then we'll go with Spider Void Eye surrounding our big gun over here, and we'll give them some chaff. We keep it back near the gun, so the chaff should get in front before we engage with the gun. We do have our intensive training, and we should give that to one of the Void Eyes. So, I don't recall if we managed to time up the chaff line just right here, but we're about to find out. Because these Void Eyes being in front of it does change that timing too. These guys can come in and they get locked onto the spiders. That's not great for us. But yeah, we at least have 2 waves of crawlers coming this round. We have a level 2 Void Eye. Opponent has picked up crawlers as well. Sticks them behind the tower and behind their Void Eyes to also pick up our big gunfire. But we have our chaff clear, we have our DPS, and we have our chaff. We have the whole kit and caboodle over here. The only thing we're missing is chaff on this side. So, big gun starts taking out Void Eyes. Unfortunately, one of the Void Eyes, a couple of Void Eyes do get locked onto one of our spiders. We can solve that, not a big deal. Our other spider is going to eat really well over here with all these Mustangs. The Void Eyes get stuck on the crawlers, and this is going to be a round for us. Our Void Eye does eventually take down the gun over here, and our Void Eyes clean up. Spider manages to survive. Even with the nerfs to the health, the spider manages to live with a slip. Alright, wasps are offered. Phantom Ray is offered. Phoenix is offered. So, just if we were going to deploy the gospel here, if we wanted to go round 2, if we wanted to take this wasp and give it some friends, we could do that over here. We obviously can't do it over here because the Mustangs already exist. We do have really good Mustang clear over here with the spiders. So we could go wasp, and then crawler in front, because we are expecting probably a Mustang over here based off what we've seen in the last 2 games. I don't think this flank wins right now, unfortunately, even if there's a Mustang there, because we don't have range. And I think the second we do this, we are committing to a fight where we're already at a disadvantage, because they have the Mustang and they've shown that they're going to tech them. They've teched them every game. So instead, we go with the Phoenix, and we stick it back here. We're going to stick it behind our spider and our Void Eye. Gives us upshoot, but it also gives us another DPS threat. We buy fangs, and we're going to use those to screen our spiders from the Void Eyes. Yeah, so we're going to stick that right there in front, and I think we get another one here. Yep, there's another one. Oh, we stick that one behind the tower. We're also thinking maybe there's going to be some shenanigans. We want to prevent the flank. So, Phoenix Cheese over here, or wasps, these fangs will stop that. Back here we do have our phoenixes. They'll eventually turn around and kill everything. Maybe not everything if it's wasps, but they'll kill enough that we should still be able to win the main fight and limit our damage. So we're going to sell off the chaff gun, and we're going to buy another pack of fangs. Stick that here, and now both of our spiders are protected from the initial shots. Missiles would be required to get into the spiders faster. Our opponent has gone with a saber-tooth, matched up with the tarantula, trying to get in and just knock those spiders down. That's what cats like to do. Yep, and there's the missile, takes out the pack of fangs. Really good for them. Unfortunately, the saber-tooth does get an immediate lock on to our spider. Because of that, our other spider does survive longer because of the fangs. Not long enough, because the other problem with fangs is Mustangs just chew right through them. So, our Void Eyes do some good work. Our Phoenixes do a little bit. They take out the Sabertooth, but it's a pretty good round for Egophobic here. We lose on the right because of Void Eyes being added, plus the gun as a defense. We sold the gun, so put ourselves at a disadvantage there. Not a big deal. Round 3. Efficient tech research is offered. Fortified Mustang is offered. Extended range Sabertooth, that's an interesting card. But we take the efficient tech research. And what we're thinking is we want to get range. This range will allow our chaff to get in front. It will allow us to lock onto their chaff a little bit quicker, clean things up so that our DPS and from our Void Eyes and our Phoenixes can get locked onto the Sabertooth, get locked onto the Phoenixes. We're going to get some more chaff, stick it over here, so now we have a secondary wave protecting this spider. We do get our range, and we also put a pulling pack of crawlers over here on the flank. So the plan is next round to buy a beacon it up and over, just take them on a ride, force them to deal with it, or have half of their formation distracted for a portion of the beginning of the game, or beginning of each round. We do have our intensive training, and we could level up these Void Eyes to 3, we could level these up to 2, or we could level these up to 2 and try to punch through here. Instead, what we wind up doing is we buy suppressing shots. We have the efficient tech research, and that costs 50. That is such a good value. 50 supply to get an extra 15 range and to reduce their attack range. So if we can get onto like the saber teeth, get onto the Void Eyes, they're just gonna be walking forward. They're gonna get stuck on chaff even more. Let's see, come on, Void Eyes. Yeah, Void Eyes get onto the saber teeth, but they're stuck on chaff, so it doesn't matter here. Over here, our Void Eyes are giving these crawlers 30% less range. They say, that's cute, and eat them. But our spiders clean up the chaff. Spiders get into the Void Eyes. And we will take down the Void Eyes. And that leaves just these Phoenixes. And unfortunately, our Phoenix does die because it winds up walking in front of our Tarantula. That's something we need to fix. And yeah, so we lose the round, but we lose by a couple of Phoenix. Alright, round 4. Speed is offered. Speed is very interesting. You know I always love to take speed. Advanced offensive tactics is also interesting, but I think it's a little too early for that. It's kind of greedy. Greed is good. We felt like we were in a good spot, but we still skip here. Definitely thought about it though. Proved Wraith isn't great because we both are already into Phoenixes. Extended range Stormcallers, I'm not really a huge fan. I honestly am not a fan of Stormcallers overall. I don't mind when the opponent plays them. I think they're just too easily countered, and they wind up becoming a liability when you're relying on either their chaff clear or their DPS, and suddenly a bunch of anti-missile comes out. When you're relying on those missiles and then the missiles go down and they're not hitting anything, you're in a lot of trouble. They're already in saber teeth, so they can just click AM if they so desired. So yeah, not great for us. We wind up instead getting our beacon like we talked about. We get some more chaff, and we get another pack of phoenixes. So phoenixes are still going to walk in front. They're at 120. Our tarantulas are at 120. If they ever get aerial specialization on the Mustangs, then they will get priority targeting, and it won't be great. But right now we're okay. We've got missile down to try to take out these void eyes. I think we might have taken out the chaff instead. But that's okay. We've got extra chaff over here. This right side is kind of filling up. It's become a bit of a problem. We do clear the early chaff pretty quickly. We get in onto the tanks with our birds and our void eyes. The tanks evaporate. Our corner pull does a great job. The rat beacon, because I think that's where all of us learned that. It's so strong against these aggro pushes. So it does bring in this delayed chaff, but yeah, we still have most of our phoenixes. The Mustangs are stuck shooting primarily at the tarantula. That is really good tower timing for them. So they are able to get down another phoenix. They're able to catch on to these, and now they are shooting at the tarantula. The tarantula is going to come over here and start shooting back. If we can get the tower, I think we can win. It's going to be close. Yeah, we get the tower, and the Mustangs are not going to be enough to punch through the level 2 tarantula. Small wins, but we'll take it. We get a level on our void eye. That's nice. Laser sights. Laser sights is really good here. We are playing defensively with units we want to stay back as much as possible, so we're going to take that. Our opponent takes fortified Mustangs. It's an interesting choice. It does give them a lot of health, but it also reduces their range. I'm not sure that I would have taken that in this situation. I know that in the last Mechabellum Mini Masters, Odds took it to pretty good success against our Gospel flank on the game that he completely ignored the flank. Here we go. We've got our rat beacon. We've got a level 2 tarantula that we elite recruited over here. I'm sorry, no. We have a level 2 tarantula over here. We buy a bird. We bought the tarantula. We used our intensive training on it. We take levels on our void eyes. We give it the laser sights, and we also get range for our phoenixes. So we have now filled out our right side. We've got, I would say, the advantage over here. Our tarantula's got 140 meters of range. Our phoenixes have 160. They're going to sit behind all day, and it should be fine. Our opponent does buy wasps, which could pose a bit of a problem, but we know how to deal with wasps. Now, at this point in the match, this is game 3, right? And I, at one point in this match, expressed some frustration that he wouldn't let me do the thing. He kept buying Mustangs, sticking them in the back. He was making me play standard, and I didn't like it. But we have fangs. These late fangs are going to help with the wasps. The wasps getting stuck on our tarantulas, because they don't have ground spec, they just kind of tickle, giving our phoenixes a chance to pick them off. Fangs are going to walk over, help out. Tarantula does eventually go down, but not before we take out all the wasps. We're going to take out the phoenixes. We're going to lose this tarantula. We should probably lose at least one more phoenix, but we managed to clear all of the wasps. So, another good round for us. This right side push now is paying off. We get levels on our phoenixes, that's really good. Extended range phoenix is offered here, and this is just fantastic. We don't need the extra attack. He doesn't really have anything big. We need the range. So we take it, we snap pick it. We're going to take levels now where we can. So we get this tarantula leveled up. We're thinking, do we want to click AA on our spiders? Because we could build Mustangs. But Mustangs are pretty weak to a lot of things, and we're already into spiders. So we think, you know what, let's clear some chaff this round, and then we'll kind of see how it goes. We'll buy some fangs. I think these are going to be late fangs, yeah. So we're like, all right, we will deal with the wasps in a more traditional way until we feel like we need to. So we add a couple packs of late fangs. We take our levels, and we've got 250 left over. We have already gotten our +1s. We need to get our beacon in, but then what do we spend the rest of the money on? Do we buy another spider? Do we buy another bird? Do we throw down a missile? Apparently we throw down a missile. Alright, so our opponent decides to elite recruit a couple of more birds. They still have not taken range yet, but they do have the extended range Phoenix. A lot of cards taken here. And also upgrading their Mustangs. We've got 200 supply left, and I think we might just eat it. No, we throw down another missile. Yeah, trying to take out the Void Eyes. There we go. We spend our money because I am not good at not spending money. But this high explosive on these spiders is doing some work. Great missile over here from Ego, though, takes out our birds as they walk forward to help out. So that is going to cost us the right side over here. But man, these high explosive spiders, they get in onto the fortified Mustangs and they still chunk them down. So really our only problem at this point is dealing with these wasps. Now this missile right here was really nice. Took out a bunch of them. Not enough, unfortunately. But we have our birds. They outrange his birds. Oh, he did take range. Okay. So they don't outrange him, but we have enough chaff on the ground. We get the tower. Can we get the tower in enough timing that we take out these Mustangs before they take out these birds? Maybe. Yeah, we do. And then we get on to just a regular old bird fight. This is not the gospel. This is not what I wanted to be doing, but I had to play the game that was in front of me. By trying to force it, I feel like we would have just put ourselves in a bad spot. So we take the Overlord here. Once again, we sell it immediately. It does give us the option to buy it later for the Photon mission without having to unlock it. Prevents it from dropping again, so that's really nice. Our opponent takes the Scorpion because he is a dirty Scorpion lover. Sure, he's a clean Scorpion lover. But we take AA on the spiders. So say, alright, you want to come at us with wasps, you want to do the shenanigans, we're gonna respond. But we put a pack of fangs here in front to avoid another missile. We level up our birds. Our birds are doing really good work for us. Yeah. So we've got 900 supply left. We have a recruitment left. We haven't spent it. We're thinking, what do we want? What do we want? Do we want more spiders? Fill out this kind of middle gap. We wind up throwing down some missiles. Again, just kind of protecting a potential push here with missiles rather than necessarily a unit. We do buy chaff, and I think we are going to buy a spider as well for the middle. Yeah, there we go. We buy a spider. We're going to stick him like right here. And we're going to get range and speed without loaning, and we're going to put a bubble over here. So that bubble is more for these fangs. If for some reason we can't clear all of the wasps with our spider. But as you can see, these wasps walk into really bad situation. These level 3 spiders over here with aerial and HE, they just chunk them down. They're doing 900 a hit. These level 3 Mustangs, they have almost 5,000 HP, which is really strong. But our Phoenixes are able to help clean up everything else. And then we take out the Phoenixes with our Phoenixes, and this is a huge round. We're taking Ego down to under 1,500. We have a commanding lead now. We have fully online our comp here, and at this point it's just a matter of ending the game. So we're going to take the advanced offensive tactics. It's now going to make these level 3 spiders deal 1,100 damage and a 12-meter splash. Even with these Mustangs having 3,000 health. That's 3 shots, so it's just a second, and it's going to take out 12 meters. So that's going to take out like 4, 5, 6 of them per shot, depending on how they're clumped up. So it could even be a little bit more. Like it's a lot. Like it burns through them. And same with these wasps. Like, the wasps are toast. As much as I love wasps, AA spiders with HE, if they don't have something to tank for them, it is a bad time. So we throw down shields. We're trying to protect against this smoke. We know that we're not pushing, so we keep our bubbles back a little bit. Our spiders haven't really stepped past this front line here, so we think we should be good with the bubbles in this place. We throw down some extra missiles. We've got the +2 attack as well. That does take us up to 1358 per shot for our HE AA tarantulas. Opponent does buy a couple of tarantulas, gives them range to help with the chaff clear. But yeah, it's looking pretty good for us here. Some missiles. We take out that early chaff. We get in over here. We're chunking down everything with our HE spiders. Over here, HE spiders are cleaning up all the chaff. Now they're taking out the wasps, and they're going to take out the mustangs. Over here, our birds are just punching through these scorpions. We've got Void Eyes walking in front of our spiders to tank for the scorpions. Now here comes the chaff. There we go. We take the tower. We take out the last tarantula. There's 2 birds left. We take out the tower. And is it enough? Yes. And we have won round 1 of Mechabellum Mini Masters Season 4. Egophobic is a fantastic opponent. He did a great job. But we were just able to outscale him in these last 2 games. First game, we made a lot of mistakes. He took great advantage of them. In the last 2 games, we still made mistakes, but we were able to cover for them rather quickly. We didn't try to force anything. I think in the first game, I was really trying to force a gospel push, and I just kept setting up for it, and it never happened. So what we wound up doing is just playing standard. I know. I'm sorry. It was dirty. I feel icky to do it, but I can't continue on in the tournament if I don't win the games. So we'll play the games as they're offered to us. If our opponents in future rounds will give us an opportunity to play Rhino Wasp, I promise you, you will see so many rhinos, so many wasps, because there are very few problems in life, much less Mechabellum, that can't be solved with more rhinos and wasps. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. For all you cultists out there, give me a glory to the swarm in the comments. I am your cult leader, Cheese. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.